And I went and we did the whole CT scan that showed like 75% to 90% blockages in like 2 of my arteries. I've got early cardiovascular disease.
Wow.
I shifted on what's my life purpose.
Yeah.
I shifted on I need to do things better because obviously something is not working. We have a shaman in Bali and he did a healing session. He's like, bro, your body's in turmoil.
Yeah.
And he's like, how do you feel? I'm like, I feel like shit. Constant pain, joint pains, backaches, just generally not good. And he said, okay, you know what? You need to do the Lion's diet. It was fantastic. Most people will know if they're eating something healthy or relatively healthy. What are my indications to know how healthy this particular food is? How, unfortunately, in Singapore, we have a really, really high rate of
Do you read the ingredients or the nutritional table first?
Table first, just to see where it's at, but most importantly, it's the ingredients. And you'll know that the trick is, the trick is,
Hi, I'm Amy, and this is What's on Your Plate by the Meat Club. Each week, we dive into real conversations about what we eat, why it matters, and how to build a better plate one bite at a time. If you enjoy the show, hit like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Instagram at the Meat Club SG. Let's dive into the episode. Today, we have Paul Foster. Welcome, Paul.
Hi, Amy. Thank you for having me. This is nice. I've finally been invited to your home.
I know, it's like our living room setup.
Yes, it's great.
So honestly, thank you so much for joining us today. I feel like this is a full circle moment for me, without getting emotional, but I feel like you are, and I'm sure Josh would agree with me as I say this, the nicest man in media in Singapore. You have never said no. I never say no, but you never say no.
I think that's why we get along very well.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if you recall when we first met. I think it was at Tanjong Pagar outlet for GYG. And I was like, can you please come down? Yes. And like have a meal and like maybe do a post or two. And you were like, absolutely. Yeah. And you, again, are here today. Thank you so much. It means the world.
Thank you. Thank you for having me because again, we have a lot in common and our relationship goes back that far. It
does. We've been here for 12 years.
That's it. Not just with the Meat Club, but with GYG and everything else in between. And I love how you said full circle because most recently as well, then we are now co-parenting at Invictus when my new boys in my life now go to the same school as your girls.
Our girls,
Then we meet there and it's like, wait, what's just happened? And I love it.
I know. I love the campus there. It's so green, so lifestyle. But look, I don't think you need any introduction, but hypothetically, if someone's sitting in Australia watching this and they're like, who is this guy? So can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Well, if you're in Australia and you don't know who I am, I'm Singapore Steve.
Oh gosh.
No, I'm Paul Foster, media personality here in Singapore. Look, I'm born and bred here, half English, half Chinese. And I've just been in the scene for, over 20 years, 23 years now, which is crazy to think about it. But I kind of cover everything from hosting live events to TV shows to digital content, a bit of acting here and there. And way back in the day, I started in the modeling. That's what really kicked my career off after doing a reality TV show.
Oh, wow.
Of my time at university in Melbourne.
I did not know that.
That was my first official foray into TV.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, the big unknown.
What's it called? The Big Unknown?
The Big Unknown.
Oh, really?
So they followed me in my first semester of uni. Yeah. So that was March, April, May, June of 2002.
Yeah, wow.
And it was just to showcase tertiary education. Yeah.
In Oz.
So I guess for students in their secondary school, just graduating, finishing up and deciding where should they go for university and what they should do. And I was the fun guy in Melbourne, Australia during summer.
That's amazing.
And it was amazing. It was just, I came across really well on camera compared to the medical student in London during winter.
Okay.
And the other student doing economics right here in Singapore. Okay. So I was just that different kind of person and having so much fun over there in Australia.
How gorgeous. Had you been to Australia before then?
Yes.
You had? Okay.
Yeah, I have family in Sydney.
Yeah.
We used to go to the Gold Coast every Easter, and then obviously with my Sydney fam as well. Perth several times, and therefore when I was choosing where to go for uni, I was looking at Perth, I was looking at Brisbane, I was looking at in Melbourne, and Melbourne just clicked.
Yeah.
It was the uni was great too. It was the only uni that gave me a full like acceptance.
Okay.
Like, we love you.
Yeah.
Come on down.
Yeah.
You know, mature international student who played national rugby for Singapore,
Yeah.
who just is finishing up his national service, who's going to pay international fees.
Yeah.
My grades weren't great, so that didn't help.
Yeah.
But they loved everything else that I brought to the table.
Yeah, amazing.
And I was like, I think I'm going to come with you.
Yeah.
Deakin University,
Yeah.
Melbourne. Yeah.
What about your rugby days? How many years did you play?
Oh, I played for a long time.
Okay.
Look, Dad was a big rugby fanatic, so I picked it up from him. I played throughout school, and then went from school to junior club to age group national to club to national.
Yeah.
I took a break when I was at uni because Melbourne is more of a
AFL.
footy, an AFL state.
Yeah.
Played the touch rugby to keep going, but I also kept on getting injured.
Yeah.
I kept on popping my shoulder. It was like a birthday.
No.
From school all the way until actually not too long ago.
Okay.
I've had 2 surgeries to fix it.
Yeah.
And you know, that kind of
shoulder?
Same shoulder.
Yeah. Okay.
Cut my career short on the field.
Yeah.
But also I was getting a little bit more action off the field and on camera and stuff like that. So, you know, career and life kind of takes over, and I reluctantly bowed out from that rugby career and tried to make a couple of comebacks in the older ages. But I think I'm pretty much done with that. Yeah. Now I play a lot of paddle.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the new sport.
It is. It's everywhere in Singapore.
Yeah, loving that. Everywhere in the world. It's the fastest growing sport globally. And it's fun. So
I still haven't tried it.
We've had this conversation before. We're still going to do something together. I'm a firm believer that you were one of the first people to bring up something as I was just starting to play, because you noticed it. And you said, we need to do something.
Yeah.
We need to like have the Meat Club barbecue with like a DJ and a paddle competition, like a full weekend of just fun. And I was like, we should definitely be doing that.
Yeah.
So
watch this space.
Watch this space. I haven't forgotten. It's still there, and it's going to happen. I've got some ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned an ACL injury. I know you've had a few other injuries.
Yeah.
Are we able to touch on those?
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm a walking book of medical history. So ACL, that was the knee blowout playing netball.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. The shoulder was the 2 surgeries, mostly due to rugby. And then a couple of years ago, I actually had to put 4 heart stents and balloons. So 4 stents and 2 balloons into my arteries.
Oh my gosh.
Just because I've got a high cholesterol.
Okay.
That's genetic. That's from mum.
Yep.
And it came about that I did just a pre-health screening.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So no symptoms?
0 symptoms.
Okay.
I was actually filming my reality variety show, Kamokakis, the one I was in the military. Yeah. So, you know, I was jumping off planes with commandos and diving down with a naval diving unit, you know, into the pool and holding my breath and doing the courses and driving tanks and everything else that happens, you know, in our military and Air Force and Navy here. Yeah. And I had to get signed off, obviously, because they're like, you need to get a
like
doctor's
medical
note.
leave.
Yeah, medically cleared, right?
Yeah.
And I did. It was no problem. I had to do the test to make sure I was okay and everything was fine. Yeah. And then at some point as well, I just went and did a blood test. Actually, it was with Integrative Medical. And it was for iron, because their main thing was like iron. But my iron was fine. I had some vitamin D deficiency, so, you know, took some amplets for that. And then I said, hey, I've actually got high cholesterol. I haven't done my check in a while.
Yeah, okay.
And I've actually stopped taking my statins for a while here just because I wanted to see how I was going with diet and exercise and everything else.
Yeah, see if it made a natural improvement.
That's right. And we did the test and the guy was like, holy crap, this is like, your level is way too high.
Oh, gosh.
Like astronomical.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't do anything for you. You need to go and see a cardiologist. Like this was like immediate, straight away. I was like, I think 394.
Oh, wow.
So like I think I was like 9.6.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you get the varying levels for that. And I went and we did the whole CT scan that showed like 75% to 90% blockages in like 2 of my arteries. And he was like, we're going to have to fix this at some point.
Yeah.
But for now, let's at least manage the cholesterol and start to just tweak things and get you better. And funnily enough as well, is my good friend, one of my old friends, who's my insurance agent. And he asked about it. And I said, oh, yeah. I've got early cardiovascular disease.
Wow.
And he's like, really? He's like, well, I can go and get this claimed for you on the policies for, and I was like, okay. But the insurance company required me doing an invasive angiogram because they wouldn't take the CT scan as proof of evidence.
Oh, wow.
And the invasive angiogram is the one where they go through and they put the dye in and they show it that way. So it's a bit more 360 degrees and more accurate. But at the same time, my cardiologist was like, sure, we can do that. We'll get that all in and we'll get that all covered.
Yeah.
But once we're in there, if you fail the pressure test, we'll put the stents in because we're
straight
already
away.
in.
Yeah.
I mean,
win-win.
Win-win.
Yeah.
Thought, nothing of it. Yeah. At most, maybe one.
Yeah.
I said, what's the test like? He said, we'll do the pressure test. If it's below 70, 0.7, 0.70, we'll have to put stents in. Yeah. And you're awake. You're awake throughout this whole time. You're awake, you're feeling a few things, you're watching all the screens.
Oh gosh, I would pass out for sure.
Yeah. Oh. He's on my right and it's quite amazing. Yeah. And they're just, they're using their machinery and there's nurses and there's a whole bunch of people in there. And I hear them start the test and he's like, okay, give me the reading. And I was like, 0. Whatever it was, 7 something or 8. And then, okay, flush through. What's the next value? And they were like 0.63 or something like that. And that's exactly when I knew, right, I'm definitely getting 1 stent input today. Yeah. He didn't stop at 1 though. He ended up putting 4. Wow. And the 2 balloons in the smaller branches, arterial branches. And afterwards, he's just like, I've never had to do that for someone your age. Wow. At 42 years old. He says, we got it all. This is great. But there was a lot more than we expected. Far out. And that was my one cardiologist, Dr. Rohit, and Dr. McDonald was my other cardiologist that was over the desk. Yeah. And he said it. He's like, you're 42. Yeah. You're healthy. You're relatively healthy. You take care of your diet for the most part. You exercise. You sleep well. You manage your stress well enough. You drink alcohol moderately, but not overly. You're not overweight and you don't smoke. So he said, look, everything you've done in your life has helped you prevent a heart attack up until this point. Oh, wow. He's like, a good thing is you're not a smoker. He said, if you smoked, you probably would have had a heart attack already. Wow. Which is quite crazy. That is crazy. And he said, normally I'm looking across the table at a 60-year-old man who's overweight, who drinks, who smokes. That's right. Who doesn't exercise. Yeah. Who's overweight and just doesn't really take care of himself. You mentioned it was hereditary. Does your mum have it as well? Yeah. So as in the stents? No, I might be the only one that actually has the stents, but cholesterol wise. Wow. Yeah. And I've had the pleasure of meeting your mum. She's beautiful, by the way. What did you have to do after the surgery? Was there like some corrective action that you could take and start doing at home? Yeah. Or was that kind of a bit of a fix? I think because my liver was just overproducing cholesterol. Okay. So my fatty liver. It didn't matter what I ate to a certain degree. Yeah. It didn't, that's what I thought. Yeah. And I'll lead into that. Okay. Didn't matter how much I exercised.
Yeah.
You know, again, I thought I was sleeping well enough and managing stress. And there's a lot of things you think you're doing well, but in actual fact, when you break it down or you learn, maybe you weren't doing it the best you could.
Okay.
So there's been a lot of things I've done since that. That really opened my eyes of my life changed after that. I shifted on what's my life purpose.
Yeah.
I shifted on I need to do things better.
Yeah.
Because obviously something is not working.
Yeah.
I think, and for the most part, I think I lived a very good life, but I think there was things I could tweak to be even better. But the mistake I did was I took 3 months off doing absolutely nothing.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing without really changing the diet. So no training, no work, no nothing. I thought, I haven't had a break in a long time. And that was pretty much go for a while. But inevitably, if you do that, you put on a little bit of weight. Yeah. My insulin was spiking. So I started to crash.
Okay.
I started to crash early in the day or later in the day, depending. I would have 2 periods of time where I was just absolutely exhausted from not doing anything, mind you.
Diet?
Diet.
Glucose,
so glucose,
spikes.
100%.
Yeah.
So after a while, I thought, is this something from my heart?
Yeah.
Or the medication or whatnot? I couldn't quite figure out because I'm like, I'm not really doing anything. So we did the blood tests and my cardiologist was like, man, your glucose.
Yeah. You're on a roller coaster.
Yeah. You're spiking and that's why you're crashing.
Yeah.
That's why you're crashing at weird times in the day.
Yeah.
So we need to get your insulin levels right. He's like, you need to just like cut your carbs out or more importantly, go back to training.
Yeah.
I'm giving you the green light now to go back to full-on exercise. Straight away, straight to the gym, straight to doing more.
Yeah.
The cardio, cut the carbs down a little bit just to help, but in 3 days, instantly better.
Amazing.
Right, instantly.
Yeah.
So that's when I realized, okay, how important it's
the
managing on that,
balance
the balance, exactly. And that went well. Started to do a lot of steady state cardio, back to the gym. It was great. Then I started having some gut issues.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy gut issues.
Okay.
And again, I couldn't figure out why.
What were this? Did you mind going
just
into the
like
symptoms, like just briefly?
Bloatedness, like super bloated, indigestion.
Yeah.
And the gut is the real core of everything. If your gut's off, a lot of things get thrown off in your body.
Totally.
And then I started to realize maybe that was what's been affecting a whole bunch of other things. And it took me a while to get going, to really address my gut. But it was like doing the scopes, getting the probiotics, seeing if I could do it that way.
Yeah.
And there was some relief, but it wasn't enough.
Okay.
Do you know what really fixed my gut?
No.
And you'll love this. We have a shaman in Bali.
Yeah.
Shout out to Melvin.
Yeah.
Melvin's awesome.
Yeah.
He did a healing. He was our facilitator for a conscious leaders retreat that we did. And then he became our shaman after, and he did a healing session for both Layla and I. But for me in particular, he's like, bro, you're effed up.
Okay.
Your body's in turmoil.
Yeah.
Your gut and stomach right now is just terrible.
Yeah.
You're inflamed.
Yeah. And the gut-brain axis.
There you go. You're bloated beyond belief.
Yeah.
You know, and he's like, how do you feel? I'm like, I feel like shit.
Okay.
I do. I feel like shit. I was in constant pain, joint pains everywhere again. That brain to gut, backaches, not really particularly sleeping well, just generally not good.
Okay.
And he said, okay, you know what? You need to do the lion's diet.
A lion's diet.
A lion's diet.
Okay.
And I was like, all right.
I don't think I've heard of this one before.
That's it. So it's the next level up from a carnivore diet.
Oh, wow.
So it's just red meat for 6 weeks.
Oh, gosh. Amazing.
Red meat for 6 weeks.
Wow.
And I do apologize. I should have reached out to you already and been like, would you like to sponsor me for the next 6 weeks and just send me, a care package every week to top up my red meat? Because it had to also be grass-fed, hooved animals with the 4 stomachs. Yeah. So that's your beef, lamb, and venison. Yeah. Yeah. And we don't have horse here, but horse would be the next that one there, right? In some countries. So that was it. It was red meat, grass-fed red meat, coffee, tea, water, and we could cook the meat in either, so mainly butter,
Yep.
salt and pepper.
Yep. Perfect.
And then later on, exactly,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Super clean.
Yeah.
And later on, bone broth, beef broth, if you want to,
Yeah.
for variety, I was like
Yeah.
starting to make some shabu shabu and
Yeah.
stuff like that, or some soups. But essentially, I mean, it's an elimination diet, and it's
No grains, no pulses.
That's right.
Fruit
Nothing,
and veg.
right? Nothing.
Wow.
Just red meat.
No dairy.
You're taking everything out.
Unbelievable.
And then you go into ketosis.
Okay.
So it's elimination and
Yeah.
ketosis,
Yeah.
which means your body starts to really heal because you're using fat and you're using all that and you're not digesting anything.
Yeah.
And digestion takes a lot of
Yeah.
energy for your body.
Yeah.
So your body just starts to heal.
Wow.
And in the first 5 days, it was 3 kilos gone, mostly water.
Oh my gosh.
I hold a lot of water.
Okay.
So my bloatedness was just decreasing, a lot of water out.
Yeah.
After the first week, I was like, okay,
Wow.
wait, I'm starting to sleep better.
Yeah.
I'm not aching in my knees,
Yeah.
my shoulders, my back.
Yeah.
I'm like, something's happening.
Yeah.
And we did our research just to make sure, and it was like 6 weeks is the right time
Yeah.
for you to get the best benefits.
Yeah.
Because after that, it's not really a sustainable diet, really. It is something you do as a reset and to heal.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic.
That's unbelievable because I think a lot of people would say, but hang on, red meat is not great for the gut microbiome
or
and
cholesterol. Correct.
Yeah, double-edged sword.
And I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
after the 6 weeks, I started to go to the gym, no more strength left, so you lose everything.
Okay.
Right, you lose everything. You lose your fat, you lose your muscle.
Yeah.
Not badly, but I lost 10% body fat. And I lost about 14 kilos.
Wow.
I think it was 12 kilos at the 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And then after that, I introduced time carbs back in
Yeah.
for the gym.
Yeah.
I lost a further 2 kilos with
Sorry,
carbs.
what's a time carb?
So having it before or after you train.
Okay.
So I'm allowed to have it at lunch the day before my session, and I could have like a sweet potato right after the session, just to feed the muscles.
I love that you just said a sweet potato because
Yes.
everyone will think carbs, rice.
Rice, right.
Pasta,
Bread.
white bread. No. Carbs are in vegetables
That's right.
and fruit.
So I learned bread was my biggest enemy of the carbs.
Yeah.
Rice I'm still okay with, and to a certain degree, noodles and pasta, but but sweet potato in particular is the best.
Yeah.
And then of course potatoes and anything else that can give you that as a natural food.
Yeah,
Veggie in particular. But I learned sauces were bad for me because you don't know what's in sauces.
Yes.
And
so many hidden ingredients.
And bread in particular.
Yeah.
So that really helped me. I lost my biggest swing from right after putting all that weight on after my heart surgery. I hit about 93 kilos. And the lightest I got at the peak of doing everything was about 76.
Oh, wow.
So
That's light.
17 kilos was my biggest swing.
Wow.
But I found my average is about 12 kilos,
Okay.
I'd say.
Okay.
12, maybe 14. But 12 was the sweet spot. I was like, okay, if I'm sitting at around 78 kilos right now, 79, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's with training, like paddle, gym, eating relatively well, steady state cardio, all the things I've had to do to improve my health.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And right now, you are still eating, I assume, meat.
Yes.
But is it a more rounded diet now?
Correct.
What does it look like for you?
So it's low carb,
Yep.
high protein,
Yep.
medium fat.
Yeah. Or just
the
natural fats.
That's right. The fat I've gone down a little bit more. It was more crucial during that Lion's diet because you're in ketosis, so you just need to pound in the fat.
Is there a big difference between Lion's diet and the keto diet?
Big difference in terms of what you consume.
Yeah.
But the main thing is you go into ketosis.
Into ketosis, yeah.
I would say that the better comparison would be carnivore versus Lion. So carnivore, you can eat any animal
Whatsoever.
protein product.
Yeah.
But the Lions is just red meat because when you mix it all together, it's not necessarily the most efficient way for your body to run.
Yeah.
Plus the grass-fed red meat in particular has the least of anything
Yeah,
compared to the other meats.
exactly.
Yes.
Oh, a one-stop shop.
Correct. The one-stop shop to give you everything.
Come to the meat club.
That's it. Yeah. To give you your proteins and your fats.
Yeah.
In particular.
Amazing.
This is what you need.
Wow. And you feel good now?
Feel great.
Gut is good?
Gut might, because again, over time, as you start to introduce a lot of other things back in, might need a little bit of resetting again. And that's hence why I think I'm gonna go back and do the Lion's Diet again.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I will probably do that August to September.
Okay.
So that's coming up.
Perfect.
Which is perfect, exactly.
Perfect timing.
I'll do my Aussie trip.
Yeah.
And enjoy.
Yep.
And then I'll come back and I'll probably do that.
timed well with our 10-year anniversary
Oh.
too. There you go.
Well, I mean, we can't get more synergy than that. Okay. So that would be it. And you know what's crazy, Amy? It's like people are like, oh, that must have been really expensive and really boring. And in actual fact, it wasn't. You started to realize how much food you really need. So you're
Quality over quantity.
correct.
Yeah.
You're not feeding what your body wants. You're feeding what your body needs. At least for that period of time. We were eating at the most was 3 times a day.
Yeah.
But it almost ended up being on average mostly twice a day. You would automatically go into intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
It just happens
Yeah.
because you're not hungry anymore. Carbs and sugars is what makes you hungry.
Yeah. It's the crashes.
Right.
Yeah.
So you realize, you just wake up and you don't eat breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You just eat when you're hungry.
Yeah.
And it automatically happens that window creates itself. And I would start to realize I would only have about 250 to 300 grams of meat at a time. So one nice steak or bowl of minced meat.
Yeah.
Again, or shabu shabu with some broth. And I was like, wow, usually we're ordering a 250, 300 gram steak with mashed potatoes and a salad and a gravy.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we might have had a soup and some bread and then a dessert at the end with a couple of glasses of wine.
Yeah.
And that was when it shifted
Yeah.
in my mind. Mentally, I was like, wait a minute.
Well, we're also programmed to eat 3 meals a day.
That's what I mean. We are.
Yeah.
It's happened.
Yeah.
It's modernization. It's whatever was prescribed to get us into the working class. And yes, and breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and that starts us off. Yeah, you're right. We have been programmed, and there isn't anything wrong with that.
Yeah. But I
you
think
just have to
we've
see where you fit in and then how you feel.
lost our intuition is probably how I feel about
Disconnected.
it. Yeah. Completely.
We have. And again, modernization and commercialization and consumerism. We can afford to go and, we should buy this and buy this, and we can look what's available. And hey, we get it. I get it. And to a certain degree as well, making us not feel the best we can be.
Yeah.
So then it feeds back into the whole medical side of things.
It does.
And pharma.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a whole nother topic, which we won't get into today.
It is, I know.
But it all comes
another
together.
Rabbit hole.
Yeah, it's another rabbit hole. It all comes together.
Yeah.
But for the most part, there's nothing wrong with the way we live our lives in the big picture. But I think we should be quite conscious and be able to know that there are other ways that we can live and feel better. And that's what I'm trying to now do.
Yeah, being a piece of education.
Yes.
Yeah, we've both been talking about glucose spikes. I don't think that was ever part of a conversation at my dinner table or in school life. It's 100%. All just been through self-education.
That's it.
And it's still not very popular by any means.
No, not at all. And it's happening.
You always assume it's with insulin and diabetes, and that's kind of like, I don't need to worry about this.
That's right. I don't have that issue.
Yeah, it's a huge issue. We
But
feed our kids sugary cereals for breakfast
all the time, right? And then that's why. Why do they crash? Why is mood and behavior so erratic?
Yeah.
I
was completely guilty of this myself.
Of course.
I've now switched to eggs for breakfast, and you feel phenomenally better as a result of that.
Yeah.
Because I'd have it was, in my terms, a very healthy green smoothie.
Yeah.
But then at 10 a.m. I'd be like, I could go for a banana bread right now. But that was
Boom.
Even though it was a healthy version of a smoothie, it's still a crash.
That's right.
So
it didn't give, your body wasn't getting what it needs to
It was
get
just
you
hitting
through.
me too fast.
That's right, to
Like
hit
a
you
quick
through.
fix.
Yeah. And you look, everyone's different. We are programmed differently. We all live different lives. But again, when you start to figure it out, it's actually quite amazing.
Yeah.
And what might work for me might not work for you, and vice versa. I've always said that. But it is trial and error, and it is figuring out, and it's knowledge, as you said.
Yeah.
And speaking with people like this, and creating
Content.
podcasts and
Yeah,
contents
yeah,
like this, that's how we share. That's
Yeah.
how we learn.
Yeah.
And I think learning from each other is also very important because it's not skewed, it's not biased.
Exactly. And then making sure you're
Yes.
speaking to the right people.
That's it.
Because there is so much misinformation out there.
Yeah.
I think you have to empower yourself to learn what you need to know and take on board all spectrum of opinions.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we're just all going to be fed down the same kind of AI machine learning that you want to hear or
Yeah.
want to know.
Yeah.
And that's, we all know where that ends.
Yeah, we're in the day and age now where literally information is at our fingertips. And if you're clever enough, you have to look at multiple sources to get the right information. And even if it's conflicting, that's fine.
Yeah.
You need to know where that conflicting is happening and try to find where now we sit in the middle of it. And then hopefully you have enough up here to make an informed decision.
Yeah.
And then be able to, because that's another thing, how this all spreads is by people just thinking that is the one truth.
Yeah.
And then they start talking to people and they start sharing. I mean, my mum would tell me some crazy stuff that she's heard people talking about at the cricket club, for example. But that's the whole point, right? It's a social thing. But then she'll say something and I'm like, that is 100% not true. That did not happen. And she's like, no, but I heard it. I'm like, yeah, but I mean, I pull up the report and I'd be like, this is it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, and I have it here. And she's like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
And that made me realize how fast misinformation can spread.
can travel, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And your mum joined you on the Meat and Livestock Australia Lambassador program,
That's
MLA
right.
for short.
Yes.
And you guys both created some recipes together.
Yeah.
Were these recipes that were part of your childhood growing up? What were
100%.
they again? There was
So we did the rendang.
Rendang, yeah.
Rendang, which is normally traditionally with beef or mutton. So we said, okay, we'll lambify it.
Yeah.
We'll use lamb instead. And it worked very well.
Yeah.
We did the bokulak as well. So that's usually like with chicken. So mum did that with lamb, which was fantastic. And what was the other two recipes? Wow, you're putting me on the spot here. I'm trying to think. It was that long ago.
It was a while ago.
We did 4 recipes. What were the pork belly pows.
Yeah.
So instead of the pork belly, we did lamb, like slow roasted or simmered lamb. Again, it worked perfectly. I mean, in fact, all these recipes.
Oh, lamb is so
they work.
underrated.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I agree.
A lamb chop.
and a good lamb chop.
Yeah.
Just a winner.
Yeah.
Which is I think what she did. Yes, and that was the last one. The lamb chop with the sambal.
Beautiful.
The sambal belacan and that on top of a perfectly seared lamb. It was spot on.
Yeah. And growing up, was she very much like in the kitchen? She used to do a lot of home cooking.
Yeah. I was very lucky.
Yeah.
And I think that's also another thing. Like I grew up just eating everything.
Yeah.
Everything, anything. Best of the East, best of the West. Mom could cook it.
Yeah.
And if she wasn't cooking at home, we'd go out and eat.
Yeah.
We were very lucky, Dad was very adventurous with food as well, and living in the multicultural household and traveling to see family in the UK and Australia and all my family here and just traveling all over the world. I was like exposed to just food in general.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I grew up just pretty much eating everything. Which worked when I was playing a lot of rugby.
Yeah.
I was training I was doing 6 day a week at my peak.
Wow.
Which was club rugby, national rugby in that week, right? So it'd be training all week, 5 times a week, plus game on Saturday. I mean, I used to pound back the food.
Yeah.
Like 4,000 calories, 3,000, 4,000 a day. Just eat.
Wow.
You're doing 2 a days, gym and field work. Just do it. Just eat. And young.
Yeah.
Metabolic rate is up there.
Yeah.
No
You
worries.
can do anything.
Yeah. Go.
Yeah.
Invincible.
Yeah.
And then you sort of realize, as you get older, actually, okay, you do need to tweak it and you got to be a little bit more careful. But I think that's where I've always had my love for food. And that's probably also maybe why, to a certain degree, my cholesterol was also very high. I thought I was eating well, but maybe I didn't know.
Yeah.
Didn't know enough.
Yeah.
Whether it was the carbohydrates and the sugars in that way and the insulin that also spiked, along with maybe more fatty cuts of meat.
I think as well, we all benefit from beautiful hawker centre food in Singapore, and convenience foods the world over.
Correct.
But what is going into these?
That's right. It's processed, right?
It's no longer. I like to. Well, I don't like to think, but I just don't look at it as food. It's not food anymore.
Same.
You know, it's far beyond that, and it's not going to offer you any nutritional value.
Yeah.
Which brings us, I guess, to our next topic of why you're wearing a GYG shirt.
Yeah.
So obviously, Josh, my husband, is principal with a local business partner in Singapore, and you have been the face of Clean is the New Healthy, as well as fast food that your mum says yes to, fast food that you know athletes can yes to, and all its other iterations, which we're so proud to have you as the ambassador for. Thank you. But I would love to get your point of view, obviously not just as an ambassador, but what that messaging means, particularly for Singapore, where hawker centre food is considered convenient. It is fast, but might have, you know, some hidden ingredients that we're unaware of versus, you know, what you've learned on this journey. If you could tell us a little bit about that. Yeah,
look, I knew you guys had always had good food. But I think having it and communicating it is two different things. And when you came out with this campaign, you know, obviously in Australia, and wanted to transcend it over to Singapore and have me, so thank you. I think it was so much fun going in to the various outlets and seeing how all the produce is so fresh, and also how, what I loved as well, the turnover is so much and so quick and the food's only getting cooked and prepped to fit the next order, which I loved. So it's not sitting there for hours on end, which you can get at a lot of other places, aside from the hawkers even, just a lot of other places. I mean, without bagging Subway too much, for example, but all their stuff is out for the whole day. Yeah. But why can it be out for the whole day?
You got to ask yourself that question, don't you?
If you don't know the answer to that, you're going to have to do some research, because if you can leave any food out for a whole day, there's got to be something in there that's helping it stay fresh. Yeah. Now, when I learned with GYG, you know, about Clean is New Healthy and fast food, the campaigns were fantastic because the produce is real. And it's as farm to table as we can get, coming from Australia to Singapore. Your preparation, the amount of ingredients you're using and applying to get the right flavors are all as well as natural. There's no additives, and it's as natural as can be. You can't say that for a lot of other places. And I think that's where that's very important.
Do you think the message? Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry.
Do you think the messaging has resonated with Singaporeans?
Yeah, 100%. I get messages all the time. I get people thinking I'm actually part of, I'm one of the owners. Yeah. Oh, amazing. Which is great. I'm like, oh, I wish. I'm just an ambassador, but I wish. And that's from the consumer. Yeah. And then I get someone telling me that some of your staff actually think I'm also actually part of the company in that way, which I love too, because, and to a certain degree I am. Yeah. You know, they see me on the screens every day, day in, day out, right?
Rotating around.
That's it. But it's super cute and I love that. And I'll get people who message me to be like, the rendang flavor that was launched very recently as well. Like, oh, because of you, I'm gonna go try it, and it's amazing. Yeah. And you know, and then we'll talk. We'll go. I'm like, and I'll always ask, how did you have it? Yeah. And they go, I had it in a bowl, or I had it in a taco, I had it in a burrito. I'm like, which one do you prefer? Because they're all different too. The vessel it comes in for you to consume also kind of accentuates it in different ways. Yep. So I love it in the burrito and the bowl, for example, which is great. But you know, depending on what do you mix it with, which is super cool. Yeah. So I think the messaging, yes, people caught onto it really quickly. It resonated well. I think also because most people will know if they're eating something healthy or relatively healthy. I mean, we just had some food from another place recently. And what are my indications to know how healthy this particular food is? How thirsty do I get after I eat it?
Salt.
So sodium and MSG.
MSG, yeah.
I was so thirsty, Amy.
I get
after
bad
that.
dreams.
Oh, do you? Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard, yeah.
Yeah.
That, gets your brain
It's weird.
thinking weird.
Yeah.
So I was so thirsty, and this was yesterday lunch, and I knew I was just constantly drinking. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
that means
Yeah.
lots of stuff in that particular meal, and that's where you start to realize. And not everyone's in tune with that,
But it's
but if you
interesting.
you can figure it out.
Yeah, very quickly.
And with GYG,
Yeah.
no issues at all.
The legwork's been done.
Flavor's good, everything's wholesome. And I love, again, how you can customize. So people can customize. So I would always ask for less to no rice if I was going to get a bowl, but I always be like, just add more guac in.
Yeah.
Or just add the extra meat. Just balance it out for me and let's go that way.
Yeah.
And that's important because if people are able to really define what they want to consume, that's really good. And I think whenever you do this series again, if you have any episodes that you want someone to come in and speak to, you need to have Dr. Dean come in. I just had a lunch meeting with him.
Okay.
He's awesome.
Okay. Oh,
He
will
does
do.
a lot of trials on himself in terms of
Oh.
the diets and the fasting and everything like that.
Yeah.
So he did one for GYG.
Oh, amazing.
And I don't want to spoil too much here because that is not my place.
Yeah.
But
Like a Brian Johnson of Singapore.
that's right. Yeah. But even better and even cooler. Yeah. And I think the way he does it, because he's with NUS.
Okay.
He's a professor.
Oh, interesting.
So it's going through that line, and everything they're
beautiful.
doing is, again, he does everything on his own.
Yeah.
He's not doing the trials with other people. He's doing on his own, and then they're publishing the data and they're getting it all done, and it's super cool.
Oh, that'd be really awesome.
I'll invite you for, actually, we've got something we can go to listen to him do. So we'll do that.
Please.
And that's with the longevity and wellness and biohacking kind of space, which I'm also now getting into. That's one of my new purposes.
Oh, wow.
And then that's a new space.
Wow.
With everything I've kind of gone through.
Yep.
This is it.
This is the journey.
This is the journey.
Well, before we get there, which I'm interested to know more of, I was going to mention before, I was actually really guilty. When we moved here, 12 years ago now?
Yeah.
I was working in a corporate job, but helping, Josh and the team at our first outlet at Asia Square. I'd run down at lunch and do all the call for the orders. I'd lose my voice, run back to the office, go back at night, close up, clean up. And up until that point, I genuinely hadn't eaten it at the outlets in Australia.
Yeah.
Because again, I was just of this like mindset. It's fast food. It's not good.
Yeah.
But when you get behind the line and you see what's in there, like you said, nothing is carried overnight.
Yep.
Everything's made to order fresh. There's nothing that you wouldn't buy from or have in your home that is going into those that ingredients. But putting GYG to one side, do you think that there is a bigger education piece that is coming through Singapore right now on like what is on your plate? Like having a look at, I call it like a pack flipper, someone that looks at the back of a pack and understanding where their product is coming from, understanding that, quality is better than quantity. Do you think that's, on the rise?
Yes.
And being complemented, I guess.
Yeah, it is. But Singapore's been trying to do that forever. They had the food pyramids everywhere. And they're always like, oh, maybe you get something with less salt and less sugar or less carbs. Unfortunately, in Singapore, we have a really, really high rate of diabetes and cholesterol and all sorts of other stuff. And whether it's genetics, which is probably one thing, or environmental, I mean, it's nutrition.
Yeah.
It is nutrition, especially just being in this part of the world. I think they've always tried to communicate this as much as possible. I think you're right. Look, food in general is great. We do have a lot of lovely options, and they've got all the healthier choices here and there. convenience, affordability.
Yeah.
We must mention that, of course, as good as this food is, it's also affordable. When we're talking on the hawker center at least scene, and some of it might not be the healthiest, but it's definitely not the unhealthiest.
Well, even just the wet markets.
Yes.
You know, obviously you got the cooked food option at the hawker, but going to the adjacent
That's right.
wet market.
And getting your veggies and your fresh produce there. Your fish, your chicken, your meat. Yeah, right? It's all there.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe.
I feel like what I've observed is like a lot more community driven, and it's very much around like some of the sporting groups and clubs that are coming up, be it paddle, you know, and people are starting to socialize in what I would say is, you know, something that I benefited from growing up, which is your social life was adjacent to sport.
Yeah.
So you were naturally very active. And I feel like that's at least on the rise here in Singapore, and it's part of that like community and exercise. There is a level of awareness that is coming about, well, if I'm moving, maybe I need to like feel myself a little bit better as well.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, again, we have more options now, more knowledge, everything we touched upon just before. And to a certain degree, yes. I think when it comes to the athletes and people who play sports, it's different. Because you're right, they're fueling for a purpose.
They're clicked in with it.
And they know better, and it's community driven perhaps. But if you're just getting your everyday kind of person, and I mean, you were the perfect example of saying when you first arrived, and not just you didn't eat GYG at the beginning, just that life, that work-life balance you just mentioned, I mean, that's typical of a lot of people. You were hustling. You were jumping between two jobs, basically, working from morning till night. Yeah. But you mentioned you didn't eat GYG then, but in that whole same breath of what you were just saying, I didn't hear you even say maybe what you were eating throughout the day to keep you going, or fueling you. And sometimes, because again, this convenience or this, it's easy. It's $3 just downstairs to get quick. I can eat in 10 minutes because I don't have time. Yeah. Oh, I can get this from here, go to my desk and eat whilst I'm still doing work. I mean,
so disconnected.
Exactly, right? And that was just it. And you just don't realize it because you're just caught up in the rat race. Yeah. And I think once you start to really pull back and look, it all comes together. It's nutrition, it's stress from work, it's sleep, it's exercise, it's you know, it's all your pillars of health that you need to really kind of take care of. And nutrition obviously being one of, they're all important, but you know, that's major, because I think a lot of people tend to just forget about it because, well, I have to eat. So if I just eat whatever, all right, it's good. And you're right, labeling and this marketing and that, healthy, zero calories, whatever it is. Yeah. And then you turn the label over and you're like, whoa, you have to read some of the stuff to see like what it is.
Do you read the ingredients or the nutritional table first?
Table first, just to see where it's at. But most importantly, it's the ingredients. And you'll know the trick is, just the first few ingredients has to be all your natural. If it's not natural already, it's not good.
But also the ingredients are listed in the quantities of what's in the end product.
Yeah,
which I think a lot of people don't realize.
That's it. Oh, this one is actually like real meat. It's only like 30% real meat or something. And you're like, wait, what's 30% real meat? And then what's the other 70%? And there's everything else. It's all the other stuff that they put into
the fillers, the preservatives.
To fill. Yeah. I mean, it's madness. Yeah. But again, economics, bottom dollar. Yeah. How much money are they trying to make from their product? And
without going too far into it, if you can, you mentioned biohacking before. Yeah. What's a quick synopsis of what is that for you right now?
Yeah, I think it's one of the new buzzwords at the moment. So I use it with a grain of salt because I love more longevity and wellness. Yeah. But the biohacking is part of that. So biohacking is finding out ways and utilizing therapies or activities, food, whatever it is, technology, to be at your most optimum. Yeah. So it's biohacking your body to feel and live better, but be operating at its most optimum performance. Now, whether you can actually get to your, I guess there's going to be an optimum, but maybe let's just try and say what's your body's optimum.
Okay.
Yeah, because everyone's different. So I think it's hacking what we have around us now to get our best optimum performance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has to be the topic of another episode.
Yeah, because we just launched a series for that as well. Where
Did you?
we filmed. I filmed 2
fantastic.
episodes already that we launched last week. So
Right.
biohacking with Paul Foster.
Oh, there you go. That's actually a great segue. How do people find you?
That's it. That would be on my social at Paul Foster with the 3 R's, or at Foster to Love co as well. So that's more with our breath work that Layla and I are doing.
Amazing.
Because that's also helped me on my journey to heal.
Yep.
It's all comes together.
Congratulations for the, if we can announce it.
Yes, of course. Yes.
So you're going to be a dad?
I am.
Amazing.
That's all
You
this
already
stuff.
are a dad.
I am.
Yeah.
I am. And I've always loved kids. I've always wanted kids. I just needed to find someone to really make that magic happen. And that's Layla. And it's fantastic. I mean, all the new journeys I've been on the last couple of years, this is definitely the big exciting one.
The most exciting.
Because it's happening. And I mean, you know it.
Yeah.
I see all my friends pregnant and it's like, oh, cool, like 9 months. It's long, all that. And then when you're in it, it's like fast.
Like that.
I mean, we're in like 3rd trimester.
Yeah.
It's coming. It's
Yeah.
around the corner.
Oh,
but
very
it's been
exciting.
amazing to see the progression, and it's quite magical.
So if you are building your own Meat Club delivery bag,
Yes.
it's coming for the family.
Yeah.
What's in it?
Ooh, okay.
3 products.
I'm glad you said family.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
If it was just me, it'd be red meat. Yeah. But family now, it would be definitely a sirloin. So sirloin steaks for us are the best.
Yeah. Cook with the fat and then take the fat, cut the fat off. People got to remember that.
100%.
Yeah.
Exactly that, right? That salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So sirloin steaks, grass-fed. I would have to add the salmon in because
Omega-3s.
that's right,
Yep.
just to have that component. And you know what? As much red meat as I have been eating, and I love so much, I really I love chicken. I don't know.
Yeah.
Chicken's just like awesome.
Yeah.
And you can cook it in so many different ways.
Yeah.
And in so many different cuisines, and it's always a winner. So I would have the sirloin steaks, the salmon, and chicken breast.
Perfect.
That would be my 3 go-tos, because I could make a lot of different meals with those 3 items.
Well, it's been a pleasure to have you on our episode today. Thank you so much for tuning in to What's on Your Plate. If you enjoyed today's episode, give us a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to our YouTube for more content like this. And if you're ready to fill your plate with clean, quality produce, check out themeatclub.com.sg. We deliver straight to your door so you can eat well every day. See you on the next episode.